Hi guys, a very great morning to you all. How are things going on? Yeah, we put it up this time on Thursday, so thought you would have a nice Friday evening with family, friends. So I didn't want to disturb you on that time. Or maybe a Friday morning for my friends in US. That's the last day of the week, winding up a lot of things before going out on a short weekend journey. Great. I will not take much of your time. We will dive straight into what you're supposed to be talking now. Yes, basically, the most highlighted and the most talked after thing or talked after innovation in today's world is everybody wants to talk about AI. Yes, everybody wants to talk, but hardly any of the people have actually implemented AI into real time scenarios rather than a few of the multi-million dollar companies. They say they have done that, yeah, a few parts, a few pieces, they have done multiple places. And now, yes, with Claude coming up with the latest update and breaking the market into technology space, yes, it's a big question now we all need to really think about. We need to really sit and understand or try to learn what this is about and how that could be implemented into our actual working systems. Yeah, now the question is, how can AI agents or maybe artificially intelligent agents that's been created by human beings turn the leads into sales conversations? As a major topic, this is a very big topic. I'm just taking an eagle's eye view into this and deep diving into a few important concepts and thought processes that you could include onto your diary and think over the weekend what is it that we could really do on this. Yes, guys, I suggest you first take a pen and paper. It's very important. You can write down a few of the important points that could be the mind bloggers for you, that could help you regenerate your fire in the brains and start thinking over it. Hey, always, as we all business owners say, the week has been pretty busy. For most of us firefighting, and a few of us thinking on how to bring in new concepts into the business. But yes, 90% of us is always firefighting, especially in the small, medium sectors and also startups. Yeah, startups always have been working round the clock just to make sure they keep their fires going up. Now, the most important part of any business is normally the sales. Unless there is a proper sale that comes in, a customer that brings in revenue for him, the whole concept of what that product or service can do for the world, or how much of presentations or Excel sheets we have on the growth of that, that doesn't work out. It's like a firewood being placed 1 hour the other and purely dried firewood, and unless the fire kindles or the small spark of fire is there and the teams there make sure that the fire is spread across the whole fireplace, uh, does it really make sense? Does it really give you the warmth that you're looking for from this fireplace? No. The same way is the sales team or the sales department and the marketing department combination. I'm just taking sales as one word. It's the marketing and the sales that brings revenue into the system. Even though most of us or many of us, not a huge number, but yeah, there are many of us who confuse between the difference between sales and marketing. Now let's go further. How can your AJ agents, if implemented and set up properly, help you in the sales conversations? That's the topic for the day. Let's deep dive and see what is it that we could do in a short span of time, and also how much of justice I could do to you onto this topic within a short span of 60 minutes. So I don't want to waste more of your time. Let's deep dive now. Going further, I'll go straight into this roadmap for 60 minutes today. First, we will explore and see why the sales or the leads go cold. Most of us have been spending money on marketing. People have been spending money on paid campaigns and SEO. Then the new word that is flying around is the LLM optimizations, or the different model of bringing up your business or the service to the people who are searching or thinking about that. The second one would be the warm lead engine. What is a warm lead engine? How do we convert this cold mails, calls, leads that you generate across different channels, different marketing channels, different sales channels, or cold calling? How do you convert them to the warm category so that it can be looked at as a warm lead, and then you could go further from there? The next would be the 5 agent workflow. We devised a very small workflow, even though it totally covers everything, which is not something every company or every business owner would need to have in initial phases. At least one or two of these agents should help you out get a better ROI. It's not about ROI, it's more about improving your revenue or the turnover of the company. You could surely go 3x or 4x within a year with these 2 or 3 sales agents. Then I will show you across a few of the demos in multiple domains, multiple places, which we had tried implementing into different areas of this whole cycle of the sales. It's not a full-fledged cycle. It's not automating everything. You sit and you get the PO signed and the check along with that. No, you have to be at places. You have to be monitoring, and you need to make sure you are in the picture. It's not that AI is not that something is 100% automation. No 100% automation works anywhere. You always need human intelligence, you need human inference, you need how human beings could think onto the whole context and then generate answers. We could use the experience that the human agents have or human salesperson have, rather than what the AI learns from taught data or pre-inflicted data. Then finally we'll make a 7 days metrics or a plan wherein you need to sit and try going through these 7 days, by the end of which you should be having something good to run. And not only that, you could be seeing results by implementing this. After all, your effort is needed, your personal and time is needed, your personal dedication is needed to make this successful. Else it's all on paper and it looks good in presentation, but in real money flowing, it doesn't flow in money. Okay, I'm just being honest on that. Let's go further. The promise, that's what I say. How can we turn the no replies into real conversations? Now if we see, there have been a lot of options, a lot of places where we don't get responses from people. We normally just get a lead, and then after that it goes cold. They don't respond back to you. They don't respond to emails. So basically, the core promise of this workshop or a webinar, as we mentioned here, is to help you transform unresponsive leads into active and engaged conversations. This moves beyond simply getting a reply. No, it's about aiming for dialogue that genuinely advances your sales pipeline. Just getting a reply, yes, no, sudden meeting, doesn't make sense for us. Doesn't make sense for anybody. It's rather waste of time. But this is more of getting real time and engaging discussions being started over this. We will demonstrate a few strategies to maintain the authentic human connections with prospects, which always needed. Without a human connection, it doesn't work. In today's world, you can say whichever century, Gen Z or Gen Alpha, Beta, whatever you can say. In today's world, what runs is the emotional quotient. If the emotion is there, if your prospect can see or visualize the result of what they are indulging into, your sale is done. On the contrary, if you start giving out any of the multiple number of features you have, multiple number of case studies, nothing works. What works is a real emotion that understand the pain of the prospect and also make sure the prospect is on the same emotional quotient with you. They start trusting you and believing in you, and that is where a negotiation, we can say, or we can say strategy of discussions or a few meetings that initiate. And this is very crucial for building trust and long-term relations with and differentiating from automated and personal communications. Basically, there are a lot of automation tools nowadays across social media, across email, across calling, but all these automations don't give the result you need because there is no emotions built into it, there is no love built into it. It's just a robotic discussion. Yes, they can create a tonality in that, but still the other person doesn't feel that pulse that's coming on, the heartbeat that's coming on from the other end of the phone. Now, this is a highly practical workshop that we are trying to get into, and not a theoretical lot of blah 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 that you will listen and forget, and maybe half the things you don't understand. This is for a layman, or I can clarify, this is for a pure business owner or a senior tech leader who has been hands-on a few years back, but now he is into strategic decision making, into deciding and making flows for the strategic growth of the company. This is what he's doing. It's for such people. So we'll not bring in a lot of technological words, technological Greek and Latin kind of words into this. We will keep it simply conversational and also layman level of language. Okay, that sounds fine. I hope you are having a pen and pencil with you. Now we start into getting the real points that you can keep on noting. Okay, now what is a cold lead in reality? In reality, any of the prospect, including you, you are also prospect for somebody else. You have been getting so many messages on LinkedIn, so many emails, you have been getting so many emails day in and day out. You have been even getting WhatsApp messages and text messages also, isn't it? But what do you think, you as an individual, how many of them you have responded to? That's the first question. If you don't respond to somebody, the same kind of messages reaches to the other person, how do you expect him to respond you back? The reason for this is the attention into the messaging that goes is very scarce. There is nothing specific in that. There is no emotional touch in that. They don't know anything. It's a bland, commonly sent big mass campaigns. Those don't work. So by what this happens, at the end of the day, the trust is very low when you see such a message, which is not customized to them, which don't talk about their emotions, which never talks about that what they will be getting at the end of the day. Not in numbers, not in ROIs, but as a painted picture where they will be, what is the emotional benefit they have, what is the time benefit they have, what's the effort that goes down for them, how much of motivation their team gets, how much of more comfortable and more time their team have. This is what hits the bull's eye. And this is what should go out in any of the campaigns or any of the direct messaging that you do. This is a critical need for the day, wherein the new approach to cut through the noise and establish a genuine connection is needed. So the two words, cut the noise, genuine connections, and emotional content has to go, where you picture or paint the future after working with us or taking our product, whatever it is. Now, we go to the serious problem that we all have. Most of our cold leads go cold. You have been purchasing leads. You have been doing paid campaigns. You have been paying money, dollars for each of them. But does your team have the seriousness that each of the lead that is being given to them is paid for? It has a few dollars or maybe $100 attached to them. They take it just as a number, a lead, nothing else. So what happens? The major constraint here is the timing. What kind of time frame is needed to reach back to that person who has sent out a reply to you, or maybe clicked on one of your mail, one of your ad campaigns somewhere, or maybe responded back to you on your blogs, commented on your blogs or your LinkedIn? What's the time lag from when this first action is done by the prospect and the response or a connection request goes from your sales team? It's a big gap here. A lot of research has gone into it. I'm just giving some few of the numbers. If you can, I'll show you a chart on how those numbers go as we go ahead. Okay. Now the second one is the trust. What kind of response does the sales team send to the person who has responded to you? What kind of response it goes? Is it just a simple you may book your call, or is it just nice to hear? What next? Something has to go. They need to know that you are trustable, you are knowledgeable, you are capable, and to showcase that, you need to send something. Also, the next is the relevance. What kind of relevant message is being sent to them? What are the channels that's being scoured upon across the internet for knowing more about this person? And then what kind of messaging goes? Now, one of the major problems in today's world where the campaigning has gone so cheaper, every people left and right sends thousands of emails a day, thousands of messages a day, maybe through automation many times. The fear of spam messaging, as you must be saying day in and out, you must have hearing over the news, even you must have got spammed by someone and lost money or lost time or lost peace of mind. So that fear is a major factor why the leads go cold, especially when the first 3 points, that is you can note down, that's a timing when the response goes, the trust that is created there during the response, the relevance of material that goes. These three are the combinations which, if not taken care of, increases the fear of spam a lot. Now you can see a small chart which can show you the cost of slow follow-up. Have you ever thought of that? If a response is done under 5 minutes through any of the channels where you get a response back, then the chances of that lead going warm and coming in for further discussions is very high. You can see the chart. And if it is within 1 hour, it almost, at least if not half, it almost comes to the half levels. Now, under 24 hours, you see what's just 25%, and within a week, it's just 5 or 6% of people who then respond back, because that feeling of interest in that has been lost either, or they have found out some other way to get what they need. Right? Someone else must have responded back to them. There are many people like us. Unless you are an Apple, which almost the duplicate of that nobody creates with that quality, then it's a different thing. But still, if an Apple is slow in delivering the products to the customers, they have a waiting time, you will find these customers moving on to other Chinese products, or maybe with Samsung, or maybe Motorola. Even a company like Apple, if they take care of a quick response back to you, where do you think you stand? A simple question that you can ponder upon. Put it in a note, write it down, and think of it. Where do you stand now? What is the status of your leads? Take out a list of last 2 months. See when was the last follow-up done, or when was the first follow-up done. If these two numbers, if you get, you will have an idea how much of money you have wasted on generating these leads. Are your sales team serious about these leads? We'll come to know about it. Then, the 3 most common failure points for you to take note of is inconsistency in follow-ups. You must have seen many organizations still Many, more than 70%, 80% of organizations, they depend on their salesperson and his mental capability, his memory, his diaries to make sure the follow-ups happen in time. And many a times it doesn't happen. Some of the good leads, just because the day you call, he was in a function, he called a call back and you don't call him back for the next 2 weeks. And in the meantime, somebody else has called him and closed the deal. They already got the advances done. They already got the payments. You are still, your sales team is still thinking it's a lead, we can follow up sometime else. And the next is the same copy paste messaging going to everyone. See, the same shirt cannot fit everyone. The same car is not fit for everyone. Nothing is fit for, it's not same, cannot work everywhere. Everywhere, every individual or every individual business, every individual business owner, every individual firm has their own specialties, their own peculiar small needs. And if that is not catered to, the cold becomes a lead becomes a cold for sure. Nobody can help you out. And the third thing is, you get 100 leads maybe in a week's time, you have a 2 salesperson, they start calling from the top, and by the time they reach the end, it is almost 10 days, and by the time the good leads almost sure have found someone, and these guys have been speaking to leads which will almost never convert in the near future. Long futures we don't know, but the near future is never going to convert. Because they don't have any criteria for proper qualification. You know, I'll tell you a secret. I've been into business for more than 2 decades now. In sales, what happens is the fear of failure or the fear of rejection is too high for any individual, any salesman. You can take him from a fresher to a 20 years old experienced salesman. The fear of failure is pretty high. It's always high. And what happens is he would not ask the direct question and get an answer for no, rather than slowly keep on pulling it, nurturing it, pulling it along. At least he has a feeling in his heart that this is one lead I have which I have been talking to. In his inner self, the sixth sense tells this is not going to close, buddy, drop him out. But he says, no, I can't drop it. The lead is a lead number for me. This is one of the things you need to make sure the qualification of the leads are very sternly done, properly documented, and the proper KPI should be there for the qualification. Else, you are missing good leads and running behind the old leads who have time to speak to you. There are some people who just want to keep on talking to you, learning from you, knowing more. That's all. They don't want to buy. These are people who have more time. Just understand, if somebody has more time for you, the chances of his buying from you are less, because he has nothing else to do rather than talking to you. Now, this is very important from you. Take the next page on a paper. Write down these 4 points. Are your sales team, or is your sales team processing your leads fast? Number 2, are they consistent in their follow-ups? Number 3, are they sending them relevant information and or just copy paste? Number 4, and are they really qualifying the leads? Mark all of them in 1 to 10 scale, with 10 being the best. And if you are getting anywhere in any of these points, number below 6, you really need to sit and rework on that. It's a real problem that you have been facing. If you're getting the below 6, I'm 100% sure that your sales are low. You are spending more money on the lead generation or the marketing, and the conversion is low. Right? Now, this much of video, I'm sure, this is a real pain that most of us have. Think over this over the weekend, mark on the screen sincerely, without any thought that anybody else is going to see that. Nobody else is going to see that. It's only your personal information, personal scorecard, so you can be very honest with that. Just because nobody is saying, honesty is the easiest thing to do that. Okay? Now, I'll give a small 3-stage transformation model for the lead warm leading engine. Now, I don't want you to go through a lot of graphs and these things you must have done during school times, or lots of a senior management must have teams must have shown a lot of graphs and excels. I'm not going too much into this, but yeah, something comes in, it initially lands in the unaware of what you are doing much, or and they are unengaged. That's what we call coal. And once we go one step further, you give them some information, valuable, something that they need. You show them what they are going to see visually. Show them something, what they are going to get by the end of working with you. They become more curious. And how would we know this curiousness? They opened your mails, they clicked on your ads, they clicked on your mails. And how does it become warm? Now, they are individuals, you have sent them some information, they liked it, they opened it, then they clicked and went to some documentation. So they have generated an internal curiosity in what you are, because they are into the same domain as what you are, or they're looking for something like what you are doing. That's the only reason they opened and clicked that mail. Else, if I already have two Apple phones, the latest models, why I would click on another ad of Apple phone, the model already I have, where they must have put an offer? I wouldn't do that, right? Because I already have that. There is no question of my purchasing it again. Same way, if they're curious, they are getting warm. They are getting heated up. Now, what is a warm? They reply back to you and are ready to talk. Now, here is most of our team members break it. Break or kill the lead. Once they reply back and they indicate, they may not straight away say, let's have a call. They indicate or give an insight that they are interested to know more. And that know more can be over a call, can be over a presentation, can be meeting or face-to-face, anything. That is the time the sales team should be more and more faster. They should be more and more stronger on their views. They should spend more time getting and talking to them. Now, we will go to the last one, that the warm. What does warm actually mean? There's a concept of technological words, or you can say the keywords that were generated by the sales team: hot, cold, warm. All those things were created by the sales team just to categorize how many leads are in what categories. Now, warm actually means that they reply to you, they share some context to you about them also. It's not a bland reply. They just share something about them, something about the pain areas, something what they're doing, something what they liked about us, some of their challenges or strategic priorities. Yes. They accept the next step from you. The next step can be a call, a meeting, whatever it is. But they're ready to accept that. Or they have already accepted that, yes, what next for us? When can we, if you go fast for a meeting, they can ask, when do we do a meeting? When can we do a meeting? These are what is called warm leads. And anything other than this, don't categorize them in the warm leads, because that's not going to get you the conversational output and also the revenue. Now, this sounds interesting for you. These three words, jot it down: reply, share context, and accept the next step. All these three are pretty important. Then only you should be able to categorize that as warm. Go through any of the warm leads that your sales team have kept in their books. See if they have these three. I'll remove it from there. Okay. Now we will get into the real what we plan to do today. Now we are trying to see how AI or artificial intelligence can help you do these jobs. What all they can do? They can help you personalize. They can help you qualify the leads. They can help you move forward. This is a design checklist for you. You can draw it on your paper. 3 rounds. One is the personalization. The second is the qualification. The third is the next step for the 3 of the agents. Now we can look further how we can work on these agents, what they should do, and what is personalization. Personalization is basically, if I say the AI must go beyond superficial customization. It needs to genuinely understand the prospect's context. It should know about the challenges and preferences. Then it can tailor a response back. Right? Once that is happening, this is where it generates the interest. Then they will think of giving you a context. I mentioned the other slide. Then qualification. This is a very critical role for AI. Pretty difficult, but yeah, to an extent, it can do it good for you. It ask them some pre-qualified questions, and those pre-qualified qualified questions and the responses you get will help the AI to understand which category this has to go. And as per that responses to the qualified questions, it decides what the next step. Either we should book a meeting for them directly or take the number and have the salesperson call him up straight away. Or maybe this other way, put up another AI agent if it's a direct call. Route the number to him and AI agent straight away calls and have a clean discussion, like one-to-one, a human-to-human kind of discussion, but at your end it's an AI, which is being trained for your data, the way your salespeople should talk. It has been trained for that. Now, there are some anti-bot rules we should take care of, else the internet classifies these ideas as spam and they move into spam boxes everywhere. It can be a call or it can be a message, it can be an ad. If you don't go through some of these rules, these are all automated. Anti-bot is basically bots are automated with a set of rules. They run through rules, and if anything comes within rules, they throw it out. So make sure you send only one idea per message. Don't send everything you do. You have 10 products, don't send all the products to the customer. Send one thing that would be important and useful and needed for your prospect. So the most important part in is how to finalize your ICP, your customer profile. So make sure you have the right customer profile, fine-tuned one to the right people, and then send one idea. Ask only one question. Anybody, if I get an email, I get 10 questions, I will not reply to anything. If it's only one short question, I may give an answer. I will not give a 10-line answer, a paragraph answer. I will give 1 or 2-line answer at least for that. That is what is needed for us to initiate the conversation. And don't put a lot of hype words or overly promotional kind of language. Game changing, urgent, revolutionary. No, everybody knows these all are salesy words. These salesy words don't run good in this market. Nobody wants to sell, or nobody wants to be sold. The best option, even you don't want to be sold. If someone comes and tells you to purchase something and gives his features, you won't buy it. Okay, I'll give an example which I had a few years back. Went to a car showroom. There was a guy standing there looking at me. He was not very interested. Then he started saying, well, what do you want? Oh, very simple. I won't go to a car showroom for purchasing a hamburger, right? So now fine, that question came. I told I was looking for something. Then he started telling me this car has that feature, this feature, blah feature, blue feature, everything he told me. Finally, this will be, the cost is this much. I was not very impressed. I went back from there. I went to the next showroom in my city of the same cars, same models. There was a guy who was standing there. He welcomed me, made me feel comfortable, offered me a cup of coffee before asking anything, and then he started. You have a great figure, a nice hairstyle. Why don't you go for an open car, a sports model? It will give you a good look. It will give you a nice view. The people will appreciate that. The people will turn around to see, yeah, who is that guy going in? He showed me a dream picture of what it will happen or what I will experience if I have that. I asked him nothing else. I asked him, where do I sign? I signed and got it. So this is what happens when you go to sell. Make sure you are not selling to somebody. You are showing him the picture of what he will get once he has with this or once he are with you. Okay, that's why we say no hype words. Don't use those glamorous words. It doesn't work out. You use the emotional words. It hits the bell. And always respect privacy. See, on the net today, you will get a lot of important information about any prospect you need. But make sure it doesn't hurt him or it doesn't break his privacy, even though it is available online. directly putting across to him, he may feel it back. Never do that. Okay. Now the workflow overview is the end-to-end pipeline that converts cold leads. They intake the leads, do research, send out a researched message, and the follow-ups, consistent follow-up across different channels. There was one of the trainers, business coaches, or great sales coach who used to say, at least you should have a 15 touch points over a period of 1 to 1.5 months before you can expect someone to sign off if it's this premium product. And with 15 touch points added, watch on that, you won't take 45 days, but you'll sign up before that at the price you say without a negotiation. But only thing is, each of these touch points should be touching on his pain, your understanding of his pain, and the beautiful image of what he is going to get at the end of the day. Once these things are fixed in, then you just need to tell him who is the captain of a ship and how good is the ship. That's all. He can check the captain of the ship's background across the net. He will verify it for sure. And if the captain is strong, he knows that. He's saying the general of an army is strong, he will win a war, whosoever you have. Okay? Now, lead intake and tagging. What happens is we get a lot of messages across different places. We don't do any tagging to that. Tagging is done basically categorization. In digital terms, we say that tagging. So I have multiple tags attached to each of the prospects. And for each of the tag, we get some information that can be sent across to them that can give him more knowledge about the service or product or more knowledge on how that pain area can be received. That can be sent to all these people who are tagged onto that. So that's the reason you should have a proper tagging before you start working on that. Then going further, research agent. That's a step 2. You need a research agent who can do research on the internet, get the context, get what all he has been doing, where he's stuck, is there any pain areas he's put up across the net, is there something he's interested to know about, get that research done, and then finally you start the messaging. The messaging agent will take the context from the A, then he'll take the research information from there, and then he will put a context hook on the beginning of the message. Then the second will be the shared reality, what you are, where you are, your pain points, and how those can be. I understand your pain points, my explanation, my thought, my view of your pain point. It's not I am being biased, I'm just explaining to him his pain point in a way better than he can explain to me. That's the best part of that. This is what hooks him. And then you can generate a curiosity question. And I'm sure once the second version or the version B, second part is done, he will respond back to you for sure. That has to hit him in his heart. It's the most important thing. Note down these 3 things. Any messaging you send to anybody, it has to be a context hook, which will generate the interest to read into this. And then once the reading is there, you are sharing his pain points in a way better than how we can explain it. Then a question to which he always answers. If your version B is right onto the point, you get an answer for that. That sounds interesting for you? Okay. Want to have a cup of coffee? 2 minutes break? Pick up a coffee. Okay, let's break for 2 minutes. Pick up a cup of coffee. I think caffeine is needed for you to regenerate your brains. Let's pick up a coffee. We'll talk in 2 minutes. I'm waiting for you. Have it. Let me too pick up one. Hi guys, back with your coffee? Steaming and warm? Or hot? Good, I got a glass of hot water for me. Okay, let's go further. The follow-up agent is basically the insights that you give. You give some questions in between to make them open up to you with their pain areas, with their problems, with the things they have done, which worked and which didn't work. And then some examples, some case studies which you send them. It generates a kind of relationship between you and him. He has been learning from you. He has been getting insights from you. You have been asking questions which he has been talking to you. His problems he has been mentioning to you. You have been giving solutions or possibilities in between. And to follow up or to make that stronger, you have been giving some examples that you have done further earlier, or things that you have learned and that could be implemented. That's what we call value driven persistence. A very important thing, write down your book, value driven persistence for follow ups. If that is met, you have the sales. Done. And the qualification agent, yeah, normally we all do that, the qualifications. We have 4 or 5 questions and we go through those questions one after other. We find out who is the person who takes decisions, what are kind of problems he had, what all earlier decisions that he has taken did not work, and his concept or idea on why it did not work, the reasons he found that it did not work. And those kind of questions about the budget, about the authority, his authority, whether he is the influencer, whether he is the signing authority, or whether he is the guy who releases the budget for that, those informations are the qualifying questions that the qualifying agent takes over. If this is something they needed urgently, do one thing, book it immediately, get them onto your call, else keep on nurturing further with more information, more intelligence that you can give them on their domain, more information that you can share for them, new in technology that has come that could help them. Wait, boom, they're gone. They have fallen for you. And after this, if it doesn't work, very politely, nicely exit. Tell them, I'm sorry if this doesn't work out. Let's catch up somewhere when it work out. So you always understand if someone has come to you, has spoken to you for some time, and if he's saying no at that point of time, it's just because there are many reasons for that. It's not that he doesn't have money. It's not that you are costly. What our salespeople think, just because the price is high, he has exited. No, he is not ready to take that decision. His fear of failing in the past is not yet out from his system. He has a shortage of money that he wants to invest now. He may take time for that. So there are multiple reasons. It's a huge set of reasons, 8 to 10 different reasons are there why someone says no. It's not that he doesn't like you as a salesperson. He has nothing to do with you. It's just because there's a reason that at this point of time, he is not ready to sign on the dotted line. Very simple. And accept that and politely accept. If you still feel there is a small chance of anything, put him in a long nurturing thing. Maybe 15 days or 1 month, once a month, send him something important to him, something new that has come for him. Keep him nurtured. And by that, he will keep on remembering you. And your polite exit is the most important thing people love. They remember you. And once the chance comes, when they are ready for that, they get back to you. You need not get back to them. But if you drop the communication there, it's gone once for all. Even if he is buying the next time, he is going to take it from somebody else. Your effort that you have put is like you are a sales guy who has worked for qualifying a lead and nurturing a lead for someone else, for your competitor. And he signs off and go. Effort you are done, the signature is with him. I know you have been thinking, yes, I had these scenarios. Yes, all of us face that. is just because we are impatient, just because our salespeople don't understand why a sales doesn't happen. Now, your 7 days plan, when you start emailing, the standard you should get around 28% of reply rate. It can be anything. And the positive replies can be 15%. Of that, around 88% to 6% is what meetings can be booked. And be very honest, 3 to 4% or 5% out of 8% booked. If a sales guy is good, he knows how to do a sale, he will do it. Else, look at 3 to 4% on a above average salesperson. If he's a bad guy, he will screw everything for you. Nothing work. So, always look at starting small, measure everything, and iterate fast. Something that works, use that over and over again. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a momentum to start and make sure the consistency in effort is there. That is what is needed. So why don't you set up a 7-day plan and start working on this? You have the informations. You know everything about that. You need any technological support? Yes, we are there. You can get back to me. We can have a one-to-one call, discuss, see what's possible. If you think, yeah, like I said in the sales earlier, you are not ready for that now for any of the reasons, that's great. Keep us in mind. Follow my videos continuously. You will find a lot of new technological insights coming up for you. There are a few from the early stage. Go through that. You can learn yourself. And after all, if you think you have the time to do it yourself, my videos will help you do it yourself. It's DIY for you. All free. And if you want stuck or get stuck, unfortunately, I'm always there. Share this to your friends also. Now, I am not stopping here. I am dropping off. I have my techie guy, a very big guy, Harish, who has been handling this for almost a decade plus now. He will be showing you across a few of the short demos, quick things to see how these function in real time, how it can really happen. And it has been happening. We have done it. I'm not joking. It's not something that I'm picking up something from the air and giving it to you. We have done it and it works and it's been working. Try it out, see it. I'll catch you back after that. Okay?
Today I'm showing one of the agentic implementation in one of the website. It's actually a live avatar of the client, and we have implemented this as a widget in the website, and the user can chat with both voice and text to this agent, and it act like a 24/7 support guide for your website. I'm actually chatting with the agent.
Hey, I just dropped in now. I saw my clone being launched and speaking to you. Wow. So here what happens is, the scenario is, if some of the prospects come online to a website and they get something, but they need additional information. So what do they do? They talk to this clone of me or the clone of your sales head, and whatever data in the way the sales head can talk to him, the same style, the same accent, the same flow of data, this AI can talk. And by that, what happens? This cold guy lead who has come to your site, prospect who has come to your site, finally knows everything that he needs to know. And this guy books a call also. So the part of booking is also done there. It becomes warm for you. The sales guy in the morning just need to pick up the phone, talk to him, and just put him sign on the dotted lines. This is like a mail campaigner. You have a lot of things that you can email, different styles, different groups, different people, schedule upon that timelines and all those things you can do from here. Yes, we have planned to integrate AI into this so that they can be nurtured. I mentioned, if you remember, categorization, the tagging. If you tag it here properly, we are planning to integrate AI into this so that can be nurtured and mails can be sent also. And now, if you didn't get a chance to see that AI agent, my clone, in full action, jump into my website, have a look, and you will find it really in action.
Here we have available drag and drop builder. Anybody without even a coding experience can build their own campaigns with beautiful templates kind of things. And they can schedule itself. It will run in the backgrounds automatically.
That's fine, Harish. Thank you for the quick show. Yeah, it's a very extensive application, and going detail deep by deep is not very easy at this stage because we have a very small short time here. So we are hanging on for now. Being a 60-minute, I want to at least give you 5 minutes so that someone can ask a question in case they feel that's needed. Alternately, you can go to my website, check it out, and connect back with me. Any questions? I am open. We have for a few minutes. We can do that. Will be putting up in YouTube also, and there you will find my personal website also. So that's with it. I didn't get any questions. I'm having Harish put my personal website also. I'm a consultant into technology with helping business owners, SMEs, and startups end to end and making sure they grow and earn money faster. At the end of the day, nobody does business for charity. They does it for earning money, and we support them end to end to earn money faster. Yeah, sure. It's been pleasure to be to have you here. Yes, I understand you have problem. You couldn't turn on your mic, being at the wrong time at the wrong place. Yes, we could surely be in touch. And this is my personal website. It's consultwithkrishna.com. Feel free to go around there, and you will find some interesting styles, interesting videos. You could go with that. You can talk to my AI clone. As a business coach, you could ask your problems, answers. Let's be in touch. Anything you need, connect back with me, or do share this. You will find with my website, you will find it. Connect with us, and I'll give you the YouTube link also. You could share it with your friends who are really in need of some support like this. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a nice evening for my friends in the US. A great day ahead.